Hello, Insiders. My name is Jess. I am a partner manager here at YouTube, and today I have a special surprise for you. I'm going to be interviewing two of the creators that I work with, Evan and Katelyn. Their channel is called Evan and Katelyn. So with that, I'd love to introduce Evan and Katelyn here. Thank you so much for joining. We're really excited to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Cool. Well, to give some background, their channel is a DIY woodworking home projects channel. They started on our platform about a year ago and have seen so much growth in just that year. They're about to hit their 100,000 subscriber mark, which we're really excited about. Talk a little bit about how you got started.
we started it because we realized, we both worked normal 9-to-5 desk jobs, and we were like, we spend a lot of time with our coworkers and not as much time with our favorite person.
And we also wanted it to be a business because we wanted it to be something long term. So we studied other channels. We came up with a launch strategy. We launched with, I think, 5 videos.
Yeah.
And we got all of our brand in place. So we had that strong launch right from the beginning, and it's been great.
Yeah, and the reason we started a maker channel is, before the channel, we had always done projects on our house. We started getting into making stuff. So we were doing all these projects and we were documenting it in blog form, just kind of for fun. And so we knew we liked making stuff together, and we knew we liked sharing the stuff that we made. So, but we had never tried video, and that was a really intriguing and fun idea that we wanted to test out. So that's what led us to YouTube specifically.
Nice. And so you mentioned you did a little bit of research trying to figure out who the creators out there were that were doing things already and what would inspire your channel. So were there any ones that stood out to you as people that you kind of followed or helped build out your idea for your channel?
There were kind of a lot. There wasn't a single channel where we got all of our inspiration from. One that really inspired us is Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. He has a great channel, and one thing that we really learned from him is we wanted to tackle a wide breadth of projects. So we wanted to do 3D printing, CNC, home improvement, all sorts of different things. And
we just did a Nerf dart video. So it's like literally anything we can make, we want to put it on the channel.
But setting that expectation with your audience early on that you are going to change a lot and that you are going to grow and you want to bring them along with you, setting that expectation is really important.
And then there's also, there's people whose channels, we continue to pick up inspiration from. For example, Alex Steele, who has a blacksmithing channel, puts out awesome videos every day. We love his editing style. He's someone we got to collaborate with, and seeing him shoot and edit was a huge inspiration. Before we started the channel and to this day, we're still continuing to pick up things from watching. We watch YouTube and just analyze and
analyze a lot.
Is there a moment where you can pinpoint that you kind of found your brand, fell into your channel?
I think we did have an idea of what our brand could be when we started it, and that was probably because we had already we had the blog. I actually worked in branding before I did this, so I thought a lot about that type of stuff, but we knew that it would grow and evolve. Every time we do a collaboration, we're evolving our style because we pick up things from the people we collaborate with. And
yeah, I think that the collaborations have been some of the biggest growing opportunities for us in terms of videos we capture, how we edit them, how we tell the story.
So taking a step back a bit, I mentioned this earlier, but you started your channel a year ago, and already you're about to hit the 100K mark. What has that been like for you?
It's very validating and exciting, and at the same time, we feel like it should be faster. It's you always compare yourself to the people that just explode, but it has been super crazy and exciting.
Yeah, but I think that when you compare yourself to other people, what you're going to compare yourself to are the people who are winning at that moment. So if you look around you, you're seeing all these people winning, and I think that the new feature that you guys did in the beta studio, where you compare your videos against your own videos, that's helped us a lot, because we're like, okay, our videos are doing better than they have in the past, and we are growing, and instead of comparing yourself to everyone else.
It's really important to keep everything in perspective and look at your channel and the videos, like you said, comparing them with each other and seeing your own growth. Are there any other tools you've experienced or just physical practices that you do to help make sure you're staying focused and appreciative of the growth that's happening on your channel instead of getting too caught up in the world of YouTube?
We go for walks and talk.
Yeah, we do. We seriously, like, we've gone for walks at like 2 a.m. before because we were up working trying to finish a video, and we're like, you know what? We just need to take a walk and appreciate the really cool stuff that we get to do.
Cool. So taking a little bit of a turn here, I'd love to hear about some of your favorite features on our platform.
I think that one, going back, I already kind of mentioned it, the beta feature that lets you compare yourself to yourself. I think that's a nice way to compare where your videos are, where they're going, and where you might need to move. Plus all the analytics, of course, seeing where there's drop off in the audience retention to see if you might need to tweak your videos a little bit, see what people like, see what people don't like. So all of the analytics are incredibly useful for guiding your channel.
Yeah, I don't know if this would be considered a feature or not, but one thing that we would like to do more of, because the few times we have done it, it's been super fun, is do more YouTube live things. We really like that, and I think it's one of those things we need to just like build into our schedule and do it more regularly. But our first live stream, I think we did like 6 or 7 videos in. It was in the beginning, and we've done a handful since.
Yeah.
But they've always been super fun.
Trying as many new things as you can when you're a younger channel is actually really great, because then you don't have those bungles when it's higher pressure, when it's higher stake.
Cool. So do you think that there could have been anything on our platform feature-wise in analytics, even just as you upload videos in Creator Studio, anything there that would have been helpful to you as newer creators when you just started that doesn't already exist?
I think one thing, I'm not sure if there's a category that really fits on YouTube for us, and I'm not sure how many people browse by category, but right now
how much
I think
that affects like
I'm not sure at all, but
shows up. Yeah.
I think right now we choose how to and style. I'm not sure if it fits. I don't know. It's pretty great. I mean, it works really well.
We like to do that.
It's kind of hard to think of specific things that I would change. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's been working well for us, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, has there been a moment maybe when you were using our platform and something was just really frustrating?
Auto captions can be very interesting. It thinks that we are dirty people. I don't understand
it thinks we curse like sailors sometimes, and we don't curse in our videos at all. And so we always, have to go in and like make sure we fix everything, because we have, people watch our channel with their kids, and we don't want to close captions to be on, and we're dropping F-bombs, and so that's definitely...
Okay, that's a good thing that we might upgrade a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. That's always helpful. We love hearing feedback. I know, it seems kind of like over the top, but we really love hearing feedback from our creators. Okay, shifting again a bit. As you know, this is a video for our insiders on Creator Insider. Is that a channel that you've browsed before, you've watched videos before? Has it been useful to you?
Yeah, we really like Tom's news flashes. I think it's great to see that behind the scenes look into what's going on, what upcoming things are going to happen, and it just feels like it's great to be included in a way. On the Creator Academy, the one on the evolving market landscape, which talked about advertising and advertisers, and I think it was more marketed towards advertisers, but that's a big thing that we do every day. We work with advertisers, and getting that different language, getting that vocabulary and insight from the advertiser's point of view really helped us be able to talk to advertisers and communicate what's different about YouTube, what the strengths are about YouTube, and also how what used to work for TV doesn't really work for YouTube anymore.
Yeah, because a lot of the brands we work with, some of them are familiar with influencer marketing and things like that, but some of them have no experience with it, and it's kind of new territory for them.
We'll put a link in the video description so that you can check out that lesson if you'd like to as well. So looking back at your year on your channel of Evan and Katelyn, what has been your favorite video to shoot?
Oh, propane
Propane
cannon.
cannon.
It's see-through, so you can see the propane expanding in the fireball. And I kind of took some of the engineering knowledge I have about building pressure-containing systems, and I was inspired by a lot of other YouTube videos, like Smarter Every Day, how he did the see-through propane cannon, or see-through
Potato
cannon,
yeah.
and mixed with Backyard Scientists propane cannon, and I kind of mixed those two together, and it was so fun. Just, we went out and found a good location for it, and it was kind of the first time we were going on site to something, and we had like a drone flying in the air and two cameras, and it just pushed us. It just pushed us to try new things.
Yeah, well, it was our first almost like adventure in prototyping type of video, where there was a lot of trial and error and a lot of stuff went wrong, like building up to the final success. Whereas before, a lot of the videos we had tackled, even though we're always tackling new things, we had more of an idea of how it would turn out. And this one was like, we have no clue, this is totally different, but it was so fun.
It was so fun.
How did it end up performing on your channel?
Not the best.
We had this expectation that it was going to kill. It had so many things that people love, but it didn't do the best. I think maybe because it was out of left field a little bit.
Yeah, it was our first like non-practical thing that we built, whereas everything else was like a table or a planter.
Since then, we've done more videos like this. We did one just recently about making our own Nerf darts. And because we had done videos like this in the past, our audience had an expectation that, yes, Evan and Katelyn sometimes prototype and try crazy things. And because that expectation was set, our core audience liked it. And now it's getting out to that wider audience, and it's being very well received, and it's performing really well. So
yeah, and that's a really great flag that you're bringing up, because I asked, how did that one video perform? But what I didn't ask, and it's a question I should be asking, is how does that affect the overall performance of your channel? So you use that video to figure out something you really like doing as creators, to do some trial and error, figure out what works best for shooting that type of video that's different from your original content, and then used all of that experience to make your next video in that area way more successful and have a positive performance on your channel. So ultimately, it performed really well because it got you to where your next video did really well.
Yeah,
that is true.
Awesome. And now, what has been the most successful video, in your opinion, on your channel?
The most successful one was we did a self-watering concrete planter. It's by far our biggest video.
By far.
Yeah.
But interestingly, that one had a lot of experimentations and fails too, but it was to make something practical.
Yeah, it was to make something practical and to solve a common pain point, which is not wanting to water your plants. And we did some cool stuff. We 3D printed a mold and we cast it in concrete, and we drilled through concrete and all this stuff.
And it's an intriguing idea, self-watering concrete planter. How does that work? It draws people in. And then it also tells a good story. It shows us struggling. It shows the effort that we went to, and then in the end, it succeeded, and we were so happy. So I think it has a good story arc too.
Yeah, I have to admit, when we first started working together, that was the first video I was really excited about and watched in full, because I'm terrible with plants. I don't know how to water them or do anything with them. And it looked so fun, and I loved it. So I agree with the audience there. Great video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Evan and Katelyn, what's next for you? What do you have planned down the line?
Lots of, we want to keep making more videos, experiment with getting some editing help, which we've just started getting some part-time editing help, which is super exciting, that we're at the point where we have enough videos and we have enough sponsors, and we need more videos to fill those sponsorship slots that we need an editor. So we definitely want to do some of that.
I think that we also want to keep on trying these fun experimentation videos that might appeal to the broader YouTube audience and pull people into this really cool community that we have.
Yeah, so I think we're definitely focusing more on continuing, and this has always been a focus, but we're focusing even more on it, continuing to make our videos entertaining. Even if you don't ever plan on making the thing we're making, we just want it to be fun to watch, and hopefully that will appeal to a broader audience and pull them into the maker community.
Yeah. And now, what would you recommend for a creator that maybe doesn't have any connections to the community that they're creating content in? Do you have any advice for how they could break into that world, reach out to other creators and make those connections to get that support?
Yeah, I think in terms of getting involved with your community, you should find where that community is. For example, the woodworking community is really strong on Instagram. The 3D printing community is really strong on Twitter. It's not always the same place for every community. And I think just be involved in a really genuine way. You don't want to just go and start following a bunch of people, asking people for favors, asking people for advice without giving to the community. There's a lot of events in the maker community, so going to events, meeting people in real life, forming those connections, because that's what lasts.
So I'm going to end with one final question for you both. If there could be one improvement to our platform that would have helped you as a creators just getting started.
I think in the very beginning, one of the hardest things about getting started is there's a lot of gray area when it comes to turning this into a business in different ways to do that. The income we get from YouTube is a piece of it, and then there's things like t-shirt sales, and there's things like sponsors, and I think that was probably some of the murkiest water to navigate. Having a YouTube channel that's your business is still a very new way to have a business in the grand scheme of things.
No one's had a 50-year career in making YouTube videos.
There's no set solid guidelines.
And it continually evolves and changes.
Well, Evan and Katelyn, thank you so much. This has been really insightful. As always, a pleasure to chat with you both and hear about your really awesome journey. I love watching your content. I find it so entertaining and useful, and it's fun to get to know the people behind it. So thank you for your time.
Thanks so much for having us. This has been so great. It's great to know that the company we put so much of our time with is invested in the people who are making the content. So it really means a lot that you guys reach out to content creators like us and give us a platform to talk on.
Yeah. And for you insiders watching, we will have links to Evan and Katelyn's channel below, some of the videos they mentioned. As you can see right now, they're both wearing some of their merchandise from their channel. Really fun shirts. So you can check that out as well. And if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy our Creator Insider channel, make sure to subscribe, click that bell, and keep coming back. Comment below if you have any suggestions, questions, or ideas for future videos. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.